The roles of the president, and actually what does the president do? These are like the jobs of the president within the actual function of the president. There are 8 roles or 8 hats of the president. Number one is the chief executive. The president basically executes the laws that Congress passes, so they would make sure that they're enforced and that they're going through and they're executed. Chief of State, the president represents the United States and would basically meet with leaders and greet them and have house dinners and parties, and he would go to other countries and just be chief of state representing the United States. Chief administrator, he would administrate the White House staff. He would be the lead person in the executive offices. That would be like the Transportation Department, the FBI, the military. He runs those and basically appoints people to actually run them, and he can reorganize the executive office, and he can get rid of departments or add departments or streamline departments. He's chief diplomat, and he would basically, with his Secretary of State, negotiate treaties, negotiate executive agreements with foreign countries and foreign diplomats and leaders. Commander-in-Chief, this is regarding the military. The civilian people are in charge of our military. The president is commander-in-chief. It's a very vague term. It's not defined in the Constitution, but would be in charge of the military. He grants commissions. He would appoint the generals. He would have his National Security Council with generals, basically gets advice from them. He's the chief citizen. He represents the United States people, and he's like the chief person that you could see as the United States. Chief legislature, he can propose legislation. He can write bills. He can veto. He can do a pocket veto. And with the legislation, somebody in Congress actually has to propose the bill, but he could write it and submit it. He also calls legislators and tries to get them to approve his legislation or try to get them things passed. He also represents his party, and during his presidency or her presidency, he would actually be the leader of the party and the representative of the Democrat or Republican Party. So these are the 8 different roles that the president plays. A lot of times all at one time and at the same time, and these are all not in any importance, but they're all things that the president